Good morning, everyone. It's Penelope. I want to introduce my newest cup. Look at that, Village Witch. My daughter got that for me for my birthday, and I would really like to explain how much true this is, but I won't today. So today, I wanted to show you what I've got planned for my get home bag. Now, you're going to see a lot of bug out bags and get home bags that are a little different than mine. They have to be personalized. By car, I work about 20 minutes away from home. So I'm thinking probably about an hour, hour and a half, if things go bad, would take me to get home. Always have a route. No matter where you normally are, for me, it's at work. And I work from afternoon until late evening. So if something were to go bad and I couldn't get home in my car, I know my route. I know there is a railroad track. I would head towards that railroad track and it comes right by my house. It's up in the town. It goes through the town I work in, and I would follow the railroad tracks because number one, there's not going to be a lot of traffic on that railroad track. Number two, it's a clear-cut path. It's a clear-cut path. I don't have to go through briars and brambles and trees. I know that that railroad track is going to be a clear path home. It's going to make a direct to A to B. Now, leaving work in the evening, for example, if I couldn't get my car, regardless if it was an SHTF situation, maybe an EMT, my car wouldn't start, or if it's just so nasty out, I can't drive. I've got to get home. I've got babies here that depend upon me to get home. Now, like I said, it should only take me about an hour, hour and a half. But if things got really super bad and say I could only make it halfway and I had to stop for the night, I want to make sure that I have enough things with me to make it safe and comfortable and to feed myself as well as have fire, because that's really important. So here is my bag. I have nothing in it right now. There's nothing in this bag. But the first thing I want to address is not a cat's butt. Okay, you need to move. Okay. Is water. I have these hydrogen waters that I got. They're in a pack. They're pretty good. They're not going to leak. I am going to put 3 of these in my pack. I am also going to put 1 bottled water in my pack. Water, very important. What else am I going to put in my pack? I'm going to put some food items to get me through. Now, of course, it's going to be my husband and I, so I want to make sure that I have enough for us. And I have 4 pouches of tuna. These are tuna pouches. They last a really long time. They're in really good packaging, and they're light. They're not canned. Not that canned food is bad, but if you're carrying it on your back, you want to make that as light as you can. So, for me, the tuna pouches. You know, I'm not a big tuna fan all the time, but they're flavored. They're going to give me some protein. Okay, something else I threw in are almonds, a pack of almonds, and a pack of peanuts, because those are protein, and they're going to give me that little bit of crunch that I'm going to need with that tuna, because, you know, I'm not going to have my crackers with me. I'm not going to pack crackers. And like I said, it's only an hour and a half hike, maybe. And that's a long estimation, because once I get on that railroad track, I'm heading home. Now, something else for food that I'm going to throw in there is a Lara bar. This is a protein nut bar. And my little kid's Lara bar, which is a little brownie, a little chocolate. Heck yeah. And something else I'm going to throw in there is one of these hazelnut butters and one of these almond butters. I can put that on top of the bar, or I can just squirt it in my mouth, and, you know, while I'm walking, I can get nourished. I don't have to actually stop and get my food. Something I'm going to add are some drink mixes. There's some coffee here and some lemonade. These are really light. I'm just going to throw them in my pack. Something else I'm going to put in my pack is one of these sternos. Now, you can get these at Family Dollar or Dollar Tree. I wish Dollar General had them because then I could use a 5 off of 25 and stock up a lot quicker on them. They are $1 a piece, and it says that they burn for 2 hours. It is a gel, so it's not like an oil, and it's very, very sealed. So before you open it, it's sealed. It's not going to leak out. Now, something else that I keep that I really want to have in my pack is Vaseline, just in case. Say I find some wood, and I can put wood over top of this sterno as well. Like put sticks and stuff, like stand them up, even if they're wet. I can put a little Vaseline on them or hand sanitizer, and it's going to ignite it and dry it. So then that way I can start a bigger fire if I needed to. A little first aid pouch. I have a lighter. I have Band-Aids. I have Q-tips. And I also have a bunch of antibiotics and such creams in here, ointments. Now, Q-tips. If I put one of those in my Vaseline and light it, I've got a little torch. And then that way I can, kind of work on getting a fire started. I can also use that to put my ointments on so I don't have to use my hands. Lip balm. Especially in the wintertime, you want to have your lip balm in here, whether it's Carmex or chapstick or whatever. Even your Vaseline is good for that. So your Vaseline is probably good for many different things, not only for fire, but for chapped lips. Even if you get injured, you can put this on your injuries as a barrier. So Vaseline is probably one of the things that I would always carry in a pack of any kind that I had. What else would I carry? Well, I put 4 of these little grocery bags in here, and I made sure they did not have holes in them, because if I'm walking and say it's snowy or it's rainy, I can change out my socks, put a clean, dry pair of socks. I put 2 pairs of socks in here, and I can put those on my feet, put them back into my boots, and my feet are going to stay a little drier. It was just the simple way to do it. Something else I would have in my pack would be a flashlight and batteries. Make sure you have batteries, and a headlamp. I would want the headlamp so that way I wouldn't have to use my hands just in case I had to move things as I was working or when I was starting my fire or getting into my pack to find my food. A headlamp is always a good investment to have. Keep it charged. Have an extra battery that is charged. Put it in there. Now, the one thing about having a get home bag is you can bring this stuff in every night. You can charge your batteries if you need to. You can always check your batteries. And with wintertime coming on, I think it's very, very important, especially for me, to have a get home bag. Something else I put in here was a stocking cap, a pair of gloves, because number one, if I have to break up wood or my hands just get cold, I always have a pair of gloves in my glove box anyway, just because my hands get cold, and I want my hands to stay warm. You want to take care of your hands and your feet, very important. Other things that I have for this bag, I have some Kleenex wipes. These are the germ removal ones, and then I have these can-dos to wipe your butt with. I also put in a couple of these feminine wipes, just because they're light, and if I want to wipe that little area down there, I've got them. So that's about all of my get home bag. And of course, personalize it. I just want to get home. I want to get home to my babies and make sure everybody's okay. And like I said, it's only about an hour hike. But what else am I going to add just in case it does take longer? I have one of these clear shower curtain liners. I have one of these just in case I need to make a shelter you know, I can drape it over a tree limb, and I have a shelter right here already in this pack. They're thick and I can see through it, so that way if I have to wait for the sun to get up, once the sun gets up, then I can see what's going on and everything. So I do have one of these to make an instant shelter. Something else I do recommend is putting a couple of your black garbage bags in for ponchos. If you buy ponchos, you know, ponchos are great because when it starts raining or snowing, you want to stay dry as you're moving through the woods or through your route to get home. And that would make a great poncho. And so a couple of those will go into my bag. Other than that, I think we're pretty good to go. So I hope nothing ever happens, because I don't want to go out and walk for an hour and a half to get home. But if I have to, I think I have enough here to get home in an hour and a half or so, or even to spend the night if I had to. So you all have a great day. Bye.